The term deficiency is always very frightening when it is associated with health. Most commonly, we hear the term calcium deficiency and vitamin D deficiency. However, there are many more deficiencies such as iron deficiency, thiamine deficiency, cobalamin deficiency, and many others on the list, inclusive of their own distinctive terrible effects. In today's video, we will cover everything you need to know about iodine deficiency, from its 5 vital signs to the 5 iodine-rich foods that will protect you from the misery of iodine deficiency. So make sure to keep watching in order to live a healthy lifestyle away from the stress of being iodine deficient. Iodine deficiency and its 5 vital signs that you must watch out for. Now, what really does the term iodine deficiency mean? Well, if we are to be quite literal, it simply means deficiency in the level of iodine. But how is that really a problem? In order to understand this, we firstly need to know what the main functions of iodine are in our human body. Iodine is basically the component of the thyroid hormones, which is used to regulate various processes that take place in our human body. It regulates the human body temperature, the metabolic rate, the heart rate, and the mental function. A deficiency in iodine will vastly affect the regulation of these processes. Now let us tell you about some of the signs you must be aware of and must watch out for. Number 1. Swelling on the neck. This is believed to be the most common sign of iodine deficiency among people. What we call swelling is actually called a goiter and is a result of the enlargement of the thyroid gland. Now you are probably thinking about the irony of the words. How are enlargement and deficiency linked up? To briefly explain this, the thyroid gland is pretty small in size and is located in the very front of your neck, as we can clearly tell from its name. Its function is simply to produce thyroid hormones upon receiving signals, and yes, telephones and Wi-Fi aren't the only things with signals. Our bodies have them internally as well. The signal is sent out by the thyroid stimulating hormone, otherwise known as THS. What basically happens is, as the blood level of the THS rises, the thyroid gland uses iodine to produce thyroid hormones. However, when the iodine is deficient, the process is disrupted and cannot be normally followed. In this case, because of the fact that the glands are unable to make the hormones without the help of iodine, the glands try harder and harder. They push themselves over the limit in order to try their best and fulfill the process of producing hormones. As a result of this constant effort, the cells enlarge and thus a goiter is formed. Number 2. Changes in heart rate. Your heart is an organ of severe importance. Your heart rate is basically the amount of heartbeats over a minute. The heart rate itself is very sensitive. This may be shocking, but even such a large organ like the heart is somewhat controlled by the mineral we are talking about, which is iodine. The level of iodine can affect the heart rate with extremely high influence. Having too little or too much, both can endanger your heartbeat, thus endangering your entire body system, as all your body's processes rely on your heart's activity. An excessive amount of iodine can cause your heart to beat extremely fast. An extremely low amount will result in the exact opposite, which is extremely slow-paced beating of the heart, and both of these situations are equally dangerous. Number 3. Having trouble learning or remembering. If you keep on forgetting where you left your car keys, might as well just go and test yourself for iodine deficiency. More than 1,000 adults have been studied, as in their performance in terms of memory, academic performance, and intelligence in accordance to their iodine level. And it has been proven that adults with higher thyroid hormone level, meaning they have a higher iodine level, have a much higher performance when it comes to learning, memorizing, and simply recalling stuff than that of a person with low levels of thyroid hormones. In simpler words, thyroid hormones are what develop and aid your brain's processing and functionality. And as we have previously mentioned, iodine is responsible for producing thyroid hormones. Thus, a low iodine level simply means a low level of thyroid hormones, which can lead to a slower brain functionality and processing. Number 4. Heavy or irregular bleeding. Now this one is obviously for the ladies, and all the ladies can agree that heavy bleeding is one of the most uncomfortable situations a woman has to go through, especially if they are accompanied with those unwanted and uninvited hurtful cramps. Periods are one of the most studied and observed processes in the human body, and an authentic study has shown that women with low thyroid hormones are extremely prone to excessive heavy bleeding, as well as irregular periods. Most women can agree this is something that is quite annoying, as it interrupts so many of those plans and also weakens the body, in addition to the emotional cycles and mood swings. Number 5. Extreme and sudden weight gain. Thyroid hormones functioning properly are supposed to convert the food consumed into energy and heat. However, in the case of a person who is suffering from iodine deficiency, because of the low level production of the thyroid hormone, the food is unable to be fully converted into heat and energy. This results in the unconverted food being stored as fat in the body and can lead to gaining an excess amount of weight. Not to mention that excess weight gain invites many more unwanted issues and diseases into our bodies. Now that's enough with all the negativity. We don't need more in the world. There is plenty of it out there, so how about we share some goodness? If all of the information that we just shared with you was a little scary, do not worry as we guide you towards the solutions and preventative measures as well. So here are 5 food items that are rich in iodine, which should boost your iodine levels. Number 1. Cod. Cod is a mild-flavored white fish. It is stated by the Food Content Database that fish with lower fat levels have some of the highest amounts of iodine. Cod is one of them. Cod is low in fat and rich in iodine. Maybe fishing isn't that bad after all. Including cod in your diet can reduce heart diseases, improve brain functionality, control blood pressure, and provide essential nutrients. Number 2. Dairy products. On your next visit to the grocery store, you know what area you need to focus on more now. Dairy products are a major source of iodine. Based on a research study, 1 cup of milk per day is enough to provide you with 59 to 112% of the recommended daily to be consumed iodine amount. In addition to milk, cheese and yogurt are also a great source of iodine. It is said that a single cup of plain yogurt is on its own half the daily iodine consumption recommendation. As for the cheese, various types of cheeses have their own amount of iodine content. In addition to iodine richness, dairy products also provide extra strength to the body's bones and muscles, as well as providing the body with both protein and calcium. Number 3. Shrimp. Seems like cod on its own is not the only reason we need to go shop at the local seafood market. The reason why shrimp are considered to be a good source of iodine is pretty simple. Shrimp absorbs some of the seawater that contains iodine, which is why shrimp are considered a high iodine level food item. Shrimp also contains some of the key nutrients such as vitamin B12, selenium, and phosphorus. Number 4. Eggs. Eggs are also considered a great source of iodine. If we are to be more specific, we all know that an egg has 2 main components, one of those components being the yolk, which contains the iodine. The reason behind this is simply the fact that the chickens have iodine contained in the food they are fed. Furthermore, eggs contain large amounts of protein, healthy fats, minerals, and vitamins. Number 5. Prunes. An ingredient heavily used in vegan and vegetarian diets. Eating 5 dried prunes is consuming 9% of the daily recommended iodine intake. In addition, prunes offer multiple vitamins and nutrients as well as potassium and iron. Prunes may improve the heart's overall health as well as the fact that they can manage weight very well by decreasing the appetite. In summary, small things can come and strike with great power. Even though a deficiency may not sound as strong or severe as diabetes and other such common diseases, it can slowly damage the body to a great extent. Even though iodine is just a mineral, the effects it can cause have great power. It is always a wise decision to pay attention to small signs rather than just ignoring them until you have been affected severely. Development of a goiter, excessive weariness, laziness, and tiredness for absolutely no reason, sudden weight gain, heavy and irregular periods for women, and being unable to recall things as well as being unable to memorize things properly are all possible symptoms of iodine deficiency. However, we can stay away from this by improving our diet accordingly. There are several food items that help balance and maintain your iodine level. We have mentioned some of those items such as cod, shrimp, eggs, prunes, and several dairy products. The intake of these foods should help prevent iodine deficiency, and for those who are suffering from it, these food items will increase the iodine levels and should improve the overall iodine levels and health. We wholeheartedly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to like and share it with your family and friends. In addition, please click on the bell icon so that you never miss a video and get alerted instantly. Please subscribe to our channel, Welcome to Wellness, so that you can stay aware and educated about all the health issues and their respective treatments. With this being said, we wish to see you next time, and until then, we hope you have a healthy and great time ahead.